I will soar, I will fly, I will be everything I can be on this day and the next. I will soar, I will fly, I will be everything I can be on this day and the next. I will soar, I will fly, I will be everything I can be on this day and the next. I will soar, I will fly, I will be everything I can be on this day and the next. I will soar, I will fly, I will be everything I can be on this day and the next. Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters on this beautiful planet. Welcome to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. Today is a S.O.A.R tarot reading for today, February 20th of 2018. Thank you so much for joining me on this reading, and I trust that it will aid you in whatever way it needs to. And that is actually the target card of this reading, is trust. Learning to trust. So let's see what other energies are involved in this reading for today that will help you to soar and help you to fly and help you to come more into that higher vibration. Let's see what is in store. All right, guys. So for the sensation, we have maturity. Wow. Ooh, wow. We have maturity for the sensation. For the obstacle, interesting, we have conditions. Conditions. Yep. For the actions, we have awareness. This is going to be a super powerful reading, by the way, guys. We have awareness. And for the resolution, we have, innocence. Incredible, guys. This is really just what life is all about. And this is not to say that I've suddenly have figured out life and everything like that, but this is really what life is about. It's about trust. And the target card for today is to trust. To learn to trust ourselves, to learn how to trust others again, and learn how to trust God. Because a lot of us, especially over the past year or two or even 3 years, we have gone through what I like to call a collective dark night of the soul. And I'm not the only person who has talked about this, but we all have gone through this collective dark night of the soul where we have felt stuck and we have tried to figure out what to do. And I will be the first to tell you and be just straight up with you. I've been up since like 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up from a dream that actually screamed myself awake, right? I actually do suffer from night terrors. Now, they don't happen nearly as often as they did when I was a child, but they still happen. And normally it has something to do with me being uncomfortable about something, about some type of change that needs to happen. So let me interpret this for you. This card in traditional tarot is known as the Ace of Pentacles, and it's maturity. So what we're sensing right now is the maturation of our soul and of our spirit. Right now, the sun has slipped into Pisces, which means that everything that we have learned throughout the astrological year, from the sign of Aries to the sign of Aquarius, really can be thrown out the window, right? Like, so when it hits Pisces season, everything is on the table. All knowledge on the table that you have gained throughout the year is on the table to be wiped away clean. Because with Pisces season, the veil between the spiritual realm and the physical realm is at its thinnest. So therefore, we can actually establish a deeper connection to spirit during this time. We also can put ourselves in these mental and emotional and spiritual prisons the most during this time. We can put ourselves in this space where we don't connect to spirit. And this is a time where things can actually get really, really, really dark. But what's happening right now is that if we do trust, what we're sensing right now, unconsciously and consciously, is that we are all having to mature at a deep level, at a spiritual, deep level, at a physical level, at a mental level, an emotional level, and at a spiritual level. We are all having to mature. During this Pisces season, during this watery energy, we are being cleansed. The reading yesterday, I talked about guilt. We are cleansing ourselves of the guilt. We are cleansing ourselves of all of this crud and crap that we have put on ourselves. We're learning how to mature, right? The obstacle is our conditioning. This is actually known as the devil card in the traditional tarot. As you can see, you have this lion who has all of these sheep around, and he's shackled up. And the lion, especially since the North Node is in Leo right now, the universe is calling us to use our passionate roar and to create from that space and to tap into the inner child, the inner divine child that's within all of us, and learn how to play again, learn how to live life from a place of fervent passion. But we can't do that if we succumb to our conditioning. We all have different conditionings, right? We all have subconscious patterns that keep us trapped. And the obstacle is to overcome this conditioning and to recondition and to rewire the way our mind works so we may take purposeful action. The A card, the action card, is whether or not we are going to be able to see through this veil. As you can see that there's a shadowy figure behind, and there's this opening, this portal, and this is the true self, right? This is the true unchanged self that is simply just an eternal observer of life, peering through the veil. But sometimes we are this shadow, a lot of times we're this shadow behind. We can't see or tap into this inner self. Right? We are seeing from our limited perspective, and we don't really have the awareness to take purposeful action. So we may attract into our lives that which we really want to experience. Because really, it's not about the things that you have, it's really about the experience, right? So we are all becoming more aware. It's just whether or not we take action on that awareness, right? It's whether or not we take actual action on it, or we remain apathetic and we don't take action on it. The resolution is that of innocence, and this is the Sun card in traditional tarot. So it all comes back full circle to whether you tap into the inner child, to whether you listen to the song of the inner child. Yeah, this is an old, elderly, sagely looking man who is communicating with this bug. And he's just in his joy. He's just happy. He's radiating. He is a child. We are all children of God. I think this is so perfect because this actually goes hand in hand with my little Facebook blog post that I'm going to make later. And if you want to see that, please click the link in the description below, because this really goes hand in hand with it, right? So, as to recap, to be the eagle and to soar today, your target is trust. He's flying already. Look at that. He's flying already. This person right here, they're flying, and they have to trust that they're going to glide. They're going to have to trust that God's going to take care of them. The universe has their back, right? Trust is so important here. So, are you going to stand up or are you going to sit down? Are you going to allow yourself to mature? Are you going to allow yourself to mature physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Are you going to allow this transformation to happen? Are you going to overcome your conditioning? Are you going to remain obstinate? Are you going to continue to do the things that you have been doing? That is going to keep you either A, not realize that you can see beyond the veil of this reality, not come into that awareness, not be cognizant of your actions and your inactions, because it's about that as well. Are you going to remain apathetic and not actually take actions towards bettering your life or becoming into a higher version of yourself? And by doing all this, the resolution will be coming into that of innocence. Or you'll have to replay this message again And you'll continue to succumb to your conditioning, to your subconscious patterns that are not in your true alignment, that are in your highest vibration, that doesn't resonate with the inner child. You're going to keep replaying those conditions until you learn this process of maturing, and that it doesn't happen overnight. Every great tree began as a little seed, right? So every person that ever wanted to do anything, anyone, they started off as a seed. And it took time for them to grow. And we have been conditioned upon by our society. We've been conditioned upon by our experiences. And whether or not we succumb to these conditionings is going to really determine how we mature, how we tap into our awareness and act from that place of a higher awareness, of an inner standing, right? It's going to determine whether or not we really radiate that love, whether or not we really radiate that light. But the target is trust. To trust yourself, to trust God and the universe, and trust that all will be well. So that is your S.O.A.R reading for today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope it assists you in whatever way it needs to, in whatever way possible. I love you all so much. Know that you are able, beautiful, creative, divine, and oh so energetic. And of course, remember to keep moving forward. Stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.